Welcome to the Therapist and the Wildcard, the show about grief, mental health, and all the messy stuff in between. One of us helps people heal for a living, and the other probably needs more therapy. Together, we keep it real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous. Welcome back to the Therapist and the Wildcard. I'm Vit, a certified grief coach, psychology student, widow, and wildcard. This is Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a clinical social worker here to balance out the wild card. And today's topic is
Funerals?
Funerals. Specifically, her husband's.
Chris's funeral.
All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Chris has died. I believe the listeners have heard that they had to transfer him to a funeral home. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So then what was the experience like after that?
Weird. Like just walking into the funeral home for the first time, it's just like you don't want to think that you're there. Like we walked in and I think I remember being just like, oh my God, like this is insane.
Who was there with you?
My brother.
Okay.
My brother went with me. Chris's parents and two or three of his sisters met us there, but they weren't like there just quite yet. They were running a little late.
Okay.
And my mom ended up coming.
It's a lot of people for decision making.
Yeah.
I feel like that was probably chaos for you.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. Like we were all kind of on the same page. Like we knew what Chris wanted. His mom also knew that he wanted to be cremated and not buried.
Okay.
You know, we all knew that he didn't like funerals. He thought they were weird. And they are. He was like, they're just weird. You have a dead body on display and people come and see you? Like what?
Fair enough. I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, I didn't really necessarily want an open casket, but I know some of his family needed closure.
Okay.
So we had decided on like just the hour for the family that it would be open.
Okay.
And then for like the public or whoever else it was closed. And I'm glad we did it that way.
Yeah.
Because every time someone went up to the casket, it was just all over again. Like it would re-trigger us. It was just a lot. So I can't imagine doing that for 2 days. And you know, Chris didn't really love his body, so I don't feel like he would have wanted to be on display either.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Why didn't he love his body?
That's weird. He was a bigger guy. He just was always a little self-conscious of the way he looked.
It's an interesting point, though, about how self-image still follows you in death, if you will.
Plays into effect, even
right?
when you're not alive.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Because when I remember saying something when we were talking with the funeral director, because I was like, I just don't feel like he would want to like be on display.
Yeah.
And I remember Kenesha was there and she had said something like, yeah, he wouldn't want, you know, everyone to see him. And
right.
So that was helpful in the decision to have a closed casket.
Okay.
Some people were upset, like extended family members and friends, of like, why did they have it closed? And my mom would tell me, and I'm like, I really don't care. I really don't care. At the end of the day, this was up to me and his family.
Right.
And the things that he wanted.
Yeah. And
just knowing him and how he felt about funerals and his body, I was like, we made the right choice.
Yeah. You respected what he would have wanted.
Yes. Yeah. He probably wouldn't have even wanted a funeral. So there's that.
Yeah.
So compromise.
Yeah, for sure.
So when my brother and I had got there, we had kind of started with the funeral director. Just basic information, like they want to know, siblings' names, parents, grandparents, any children, just kind of like getting a little bio.
Details. Yeah.
He did ask when we had gotten married. He was like, what was your marriage date? And now we got married with friends and family on May 5th. No, I lied. May 7th. May 7th.
May 7th. Solid. Okay.
But we had gotten married the previous November 5th.
And you didn't tell anybody?
No. Just a very, very select few people knew. So I was like, November 5th, 2021. And my brother immediately, he was like, I fucking knew it.
You were hiding it.
And the funeral director's like, just looking around. I'm like, we got married before we got married. And my mom, she was like, wait, what? November?
All right, so what was the reason you got married before, like earlier than May?
We just kind of wanted to. Okay. And Chris was also nervous about getting married in front of a bunch of people.
Okay.
He had a little bit of social anxiety as well. And it was our 1-year anniversary. And we were already engaged. The wedding was already being planned.
Right.
But he was like, he didn't want a wedding. Let me throw that out there.
Oh, okay.
He did not want a wedding. He just wanted to get married, like very privately, just our like immediate family.
Nothing crazy.
I wanted a wedding.
Okay.
So I just clicked. So yeah, it was our 1-year anniversary. My cousin Haley and my friend Lindsay were our witnesses. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
We got married in a little coffee shop in Royal Oak. It literally was just, couldn't be more casual if we tried. We went out to dinner afterwards downtown Royal Oak.
Who did the service for you?
It wasn't really a service.
Oh.
It literally was just like,
signing some documents?
yeah, she had read like something to both of us and we had to say like, I agree or I do. And then we signed the paper.
So who is that person that like?
I hired her off of, it was some wedding thing where
Okay.
you could find like venues, officiants.
Gotcha.
I forget what the website was.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
don't remember her name?
no. It's probably on our wedding marriage certificate, right?
Oh yeah, it probably would be.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so you guys got married in November and then partied in May.
Correct.
Correct.
Well,
Okay.
like we also had a ceremony in May. Like I walked down the aisle and we had a
Okay.
ceremony. So no, like,
Nobody really ever knew.
right. His best friend had known because he told him. After he died, I had learned that he had told his mom.
His mom knew?
Yep.
Wow, she kept a good secret.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yep. So yeah, a few people knew.
Okay.
And that was about it. But yeah, so that got brought up at the
Brought up at
funeral.
the funeral.
And my
Okay.
brother always had suspicion. He would always like joke around and be like, these two are probably fucking married. Da, 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 da. And we never denied it. We would laugh.
Right.
My license had my married name on it. So I'm like, if he ever sees my license, he's going to know.
But there was no reason for him to, so.
Right.
Why
would he? Yeah. So yeah, that came out. And then shortly after that, like his parents and sisters had gotten there. I don't even remember how many sisters came. I know Kanisha was there for a fact. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And just, they were like, he needs an outfit. And you're like, okay. I remember Chris's mom had mentioned putting him in his wedding tux, but I wasn't ready to let that go.
Okay.
I didn't want to let that go.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, we had to pick out an outfit and just all like the little thank you cards and what pictures do you want? And you're like, in your head, you're like, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
But then you're like, I want something nice because, and then like the little poems or the sayings that go into it. And then we had ended up, his dad wanted to get like a a trifold something. It had like his picture. And then we were able to put like some quotes in there. I think we put lyrics from our wedding song. And like a few pictures. It was very nice. So, yeah. And then after the funeral home, we had all went just out to eat. And we were like, all right, well, he needs an outfit.
What? Well, I'm scared now.
I mean, it's nothing to be scared of, but like, so after lunch or dinner, whatever it was, I'm like, okay, well, I'll go buy him an outfit. I'm literally going to buy my dead husband an outfit.
An outfit to wear.
It's
That
insane.
you'll never see again. Mm-hmm.
So I walk into DXL, you know, they're like, hey, hi, whatever. I go look over, because we're like, all right, let's put him in something Michigan. He loved Michigan. Let's keep it very casual. He did not like to dress up. And
Right.
like, it's only going to be, we're the only ones going to see it is
For
the
an hour.
family.
Yep.
So, and we're like, the pants don't really matter because you're not going to see that anyway. So they were like, he just really needs like a shirt, a hoodie,
Right.
something that can be cut, basically, because they have to like cut it to put it on him.
Oh.
So they were like, try to maybe get it like a size bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go to DXL and I walk over to the Michigan stuff and I start crying. And so I'm going to leave. Like, I'm going to walk out.
Were you there by yourself?
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay.
And so I think my brother was in the car. So I'm going to walk out and the guy at the door, and I'm just crying. And he's like, wait, ma'am. And I'm like, I'll be back. My husband died. And I'm bawling as I'm saying this. And he's like, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'll be back.
Whoa.
I call Kanisha and I'm like, are you guys far? Because like the restaurant was right there.
Yeah.
Right by the store. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this by myself. Like, do you want to come in? Like, your opinion I would like your opinion. And
Right.
I just called her bawling. I call her bawling all the time. And I'm just like, I'm picking out an outfit or a shirt for my husband who isn't here. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
So they had like came back. Kanisha and I went in. I think my brother actually came in this time with me as well.
Okay.
Cletus came in. We picked him out like a Michigan hoodie. And then I remember like going back to the house, like finding like a pair of underwear and socks. And like, I'm like, this is just, I had to like go to the funeral home and drop off clothes for my husband who wasn't alive.
Yeah.
So just, it's fucked up. It's just, there's no other words
no other way to
for
put
it.
it.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had him laid out for 2 days. I want to say it was a Friday and a Saturday.
Okay.
A lot of his family is like in Cleveland. So on Friday, it was a lot of like my family and my people.
Gotcha.
And then Saturday, a lot more of his family and his people
Makes sense.
were there. Like the whole room was just full. Well, Friday he was laid out. Saturday was like an hour or two for like just a quick visitation and then a little service that his uncles had done. Because his grandfather's a pastor. I believe some of his uncles are, and if they're not, they're like very heavily involved in the church.
Okay.
Like it was his grandparents' church and then like got passed down to an uncle, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ran the service. And I remember we had a timeline. The funeral director was like, listen, in order to get him cremated by like this date or this time, we're going to have to get him out of here by, let's just say it was like 1:00.
Yeah.
He goes, or we're going to have to put him in storage and it's going to cost this amount. And we were like, oh no, that's crazy. That amount is crazy.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
not doing that.
So we'll just do that now.
And it was because he was a little bit bigger. He needed more men for the casket. And all of Chris's family lives in Ohio. So the day right after the service, we would have the men available
Right.
to help.
Okay.
Whereas if we then also waited, they would have to come back from Toledo, and it just
Okay,
was
it's
so.
not-
It was just like, no, we'll be
not worth
done by X amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's a blur. I remember a lot of. I remember like just walking in on Saturday morning, like purse in my hand. I had like a bag of stuff, and I'm barely through the door, and people are like hugging me and this, and Cletus was like next to me, and he was just like, no, like let her go, give her a minute, let her put her things down.
Yep.
Yeah, because
He's like your protector.
he really was. Like I walked in the door and he felt like he was my bodyguard.
Nice.
And I hadn't known a lot of Chris's family because we didn't go to a lot of things, especially with the Cleveland family, like his cousins, his aunts, his uncles.
Okay.
And so for me, it was like the first time meeting a lot of them. We had been like Facebook friends with a lot of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it was my first time meeting most of them. And so that in itself is a lot.
Right.
And his family, just all of them, like they're literally just all amazing. Like my husband is gone. I'm meeting these people for the first time and they're like, you know, your family, you're our niece, like you will always be family. And it's just like, wow.
People care. Do you feel like everybody at the funeral was genuine?
Yeah.
Okay. Who stuck around afterwards? Like, and I don't mean like the day of, I'm talking about long term. Who stuck around for you?
His family, like sisters, parents.
Yep. Similar grieving
Yes.
to what you were going through. Yep.
Yes. And like even that in itself with the grieving, remind me to come back to that question, but even that with the grieving, you know, I'm just the girl that their son and their brother married.
Yeah.
You know, Becky and Cletus lost a son. The girls lost a brother. And I was scared when he passed because we weren't super close with his family at the time.
Yeah.
I had no thought in my mind that, like, I knew they loved me. I knew they loved us.
Right.
But we just didn't have a great relationship because we weren't around a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, am I still going to have his family when he's gone? Or are they just going to, like, want me out of the picture?
Right.
But they didn't want me out of the, like, it made us so much closer, like,
Yeah.
his passing. And they never were like, well, this is our son. We lost our son, or we lost our brother.
Right.
Like, we all just had a respect of, like, I know what it's like to lose my husband.
Right.
I don't know what it's like to lose a son or a brother. Like, I can't imagine losing my brother.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kanisha and even Becky had called me before. She was like, you know, I can't imagine walking into the house and my husband's not there.
Right.
Like, you go home at night and he's not there. And she's like, I go home, I still have Cletus.
Right.
So there was always just like a respect of like, we all lost somebody, the same person, different person to all of us.
For sure.
But it was never like, my grief should be better because he's my son, or that's my brother, or
Yeah.
no, not at all.
It was shared grief.
Yeah. And just, so that was just like comforting in a way, just to be like, you know, they still are like here for me, and like, you know, they understand we're all grieving in a little bit of a different way.
Well, and if I recall correctly, they were the ones who probably checked in on you the most.
Yes.
Like texted you and...
Kanisha and I probably for the first, I don't know, you were around how many months? 2-3 months?
Yeah.
Probably talked every day.
Yeah.
In some capacity. And I believe for like the first couple of months, I think I was down there all, if not most, weekends in Toledo.
Yeah. You were down there consistently for a while. Mm-hmm. And didn't you travel with one of his sisters shortly after?
Yeah,
like
so
early
he
December
died
or
in
something?
September. And me, Kanisha, Crystal, her husband, Mark, and like a friend of theirs, we had went to Mexico, like right around
Okay. Yeah, I recall that.
Thanksgiving time. And even before that, I had traveled to Chicago to visit his friend. So like his best friend, like I'm still like in contact with him. And
Yeah.
so that's just,
Another connection.
yeah, I was definitely had more support from his side,
Right.
whether it be extended family or friends, than I had my own. And that's not to say I didn't have any on my side,
Right.
but a majority of it came from his side.
Yeah.
Like his one aunt and his 2 cousins consistently messaged me, checked up on me. They still
nice.
do, they
Yeah.
still will. So yeah, that's always been, and even randomly, like I'll just get messages from like some of his uncles checking in.
Yeah.
And I don't really have that on my side,
No.
for being honest.
Do you feel like when people check in, like, are you honest about actually how you're doing? Probably more with some people than others.
Yeah, definitely more with some, like his cousins. I was fairly honest, like, you know, I'm doing okay, but like it's been rough or whatever.
Right.
That being said, I was pretty suicidal for several months.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I had led that on to
Fair enough.
people.
Okay. Well, why would you?
Right. Like that's not something you're proud of or you want to be like, hey, how you doing? I want to kill myself.
Right. And
Like that's
it's frowned upon. So,
right.
okay.
So, yeah, I don't think, I mean, did anyone know?
You had a couple of friends who knew, but that was it.
Yeah, Vanna knew for sure.
Tam knew.
But Tam didn't even know like the extent of it either. Like Vanna knew the most, I think, at that point.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you had your couple people that you could confide in, that you truly trusted to be there.
Right.
You know, and Vanna is a topic for another day, because that's an interesting story as to how that came to be and how she's kind of integrated into your own grieving process, if
Right.
you will. Okay, so what else comes to mind? How was it right after the services? You went back to your brother's house?
Yes.
Because that's where you were staying, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What were the next couple of days like? Were you kind of numb, sad, isolated?
A little numb. Did you read that? I don't know what it said. So many things because at this point people are still checking in.
Right.
There's a lot of phone calls to be made to like deal with, you know, I don't know.
The death certificate, his
Yes.
job, insurance,
Yes.
all that other stuff.
Or,
So
you
you were
know.
still fairly quote unquote busy trying to wrap some of that stuff up.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
you have to like write the thank you cards and which is wild. Like I thought that process was so crazy. Like, what do I write? Thanks for coming to my husband's funeral?
You really have a way with words. But
Thank you. But like, I wrote like thanks for your support, or if like someone gave money.
right.
But it's just like that the thank you process needs to be taken out of the funeral process. Because that's just one extra thing for the griever to have to deal with.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
It needs to just be taken out. We
Right.
appreciate all the love, the support, the money, the food, flowers, whatever it is.
Right.
It's appreciated. That should just be a general known thing.
Yeah.
Because that part was insane.
Yeah.
Like remembering who gave what, flowers, money, did they give food?
So did you do all the thank yous yourself?
Yes.
Well, and maybe it would have been a little bit easier if his parents or sisters helped out with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if a parent dies and there's 5 kids, the 5 kids split it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's just done together. So yeah, I see how that could kind of be alleviated a little bit for you.
Yeah, and I think I had like 1 or 2 people offer to help, but then it was just like, it would just have been like a generic thing. And you know
Right.
me. And
Yeah.
for some people, most of them I did do like a generic, like thank you for your love and support during this difficult time, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted the people who did contribute or did show like extra support or who were just there a little bit more, I
Right.
wanted those to be a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
So,
You
there's
took your
that.
time, you dedicated your thoughts to it. Like,
I did. And I didn't send them out right away either. I was like, these people will get them when they get them.
oh yeah,
Like, it's just,
totally.
it was not a priority.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So you went to your brother's house. You were there for a while. When was the first time that you actually went back to your house without him?
Like overnight or just like to go there?
Let's go to go there and then we'll talk about overnight.
After the funeral?
Yeah. You probably went in between, right? Because you needed to grab some stuff, or did you send your brother over to grab stuff?
No, I would go there and grab some stuff here and there, but they were like 10, 15 minutes
Nothing extensive, grab and go.
things. So it wasn't like I would sit down or have time to think. It was like, okay, I need socks, I need this, I gotta find this.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have like any extensive time there for probably 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was it like kind of being there? Were you just kind of mission focused and just like, I got to get this shit and then I'm out? Or did you like stop and cry?
I was mostly okay those first couple of months because I felt like I was like mission focused.
Okay.
There was a few times where like I broke down or had a, little moment, but for the most part, those were very mission focused.
That made it easier.
Yes.
You had a
I had a
purpose
goal.
for being there and the goal was there. So, okay. So when did you officially move back into your house and start spending the night?
I don't remember.
The goal was November 1st.
Was it? This is why I love you.
I know, right?
I remember going there for periods of time. I think I started with like an hour. And then I was like, oh, I went there and I took a nap on the couch. So I started slowly trying to be there a little bit more.
I do remember that process.
Do you remember the first night I slept there? How it was?
I don't think you slept, if I recall. I mean, that was pretty
I
much your
still
pattern.
barely
You
sleep.
still barely sleep over there. So, no, I feel like that was a big part of it. But we did talk about, going there in increments, trying to do different things at the house that you would normally do. But I think you were traveling that month too.
Oh, I was traveling a lot.
So it made it a little bit better. You were going out to Chicago. You went to Mexico. I think you probably stayed down at Kenesha's. So it was very sporadic. You didn't necessarily have like a full week of like staying home and living a life.
That's right. I remember that. It was never a solid.
It was
I
like
don't
a
think
night
it was
here,
a
a night
week
there.
for a while.
It wasn't. It was not. Because you'd go and spend like one night at your brother's.
Yeah, I usually
And
would.
then
If I wasn't in Toledo, I spend the weekend with my brother usually. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a solid week. It was always like, I feel like it was only like 2, 3, maybe 4 days at a time.
Oh, yeah, not even.
Yeah.
Because you were working Fridays. So you would take long weekends. But then I think it got to a point where you were never home. And that was becoming the problem. It was like, you were never there.
I never.
Never. Yeah. Well, and that's what it is. Thankfully, you had an opportunity to go somewhere else and stay with your brother for a few weeks, the 2 months after. That wasn't going to be a permanent solution, which is fine, but you had supports. The other side of it too is, and this is a whole nother topic, you didn't allow people in your house.
Correct.
So it's not like you could go and invite somebody over to stay with you, right? Or to come in and hang. Whenever you were home, you were alone.
Yeah, and I had people offer, like,
Yep.
Tam was like, I will come stay a weekend with you. And at that time, no one really knew about the OCD.
Right.
So I couldn't even say, oh, no, I have fucking OCD. I'm not letting anyone in my house.
Right.
It was just
so
like,
you're
no,
okay.
I think I'll be okay. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. So you had, and everybody experiences it differently, right? You had a place with Chris that you were able to gradually get used to without him. And, maybe next time we'll fill in a little bit more of those details and gaps, because it was quite the adjustment for you. And
It was.
It was the holidays, right? Your first Thanksgiving, your first Christmas, like.
There was so much, traveling, holidays. I remember that now. It was insane. And I will say, I lived alone not my whole life up until him, but
Right.
my whole adult life up until him.
Yeah.
And I was never scared to live alone. Like, there were times where, I would keep my doors open, just like, like the screen door open, and just to have light and life in the house. And Chris was a little bit more strict with, like, lock the doors, And, like, I never went
Fair
to bed with the doors unlocked.
Right.
But then it was like, when he died, I was like, how am I going to just, like, be in a house and be alone at, like, I was like, what if someone breaks in? I remember, because I had bought the security system. I was like, I'm not sleeping there until I have the security system.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So that was also an adjustment, because I was scared. I know that sounds crazy. I was 36 years old, but
It makes sense. Like, that was outside your comfort zone, for sure. All right. I think our next episode should focus on how that took you, because I think a very big component of this is the OCD that really stopped you from living your life for quite some time
Yes.
after he passed.
for sure.
All right. See you next time on The Therapist and the Wildcard.
That's a wrap for The Therapist and the Wildcard. One of us brings the therapy, and the other brings the chaos. Together, we'll be back with more laughter, healing, and everything in between.